Hey, what's up, everybody? Back again for some wine tasting, and I'm going to check out some Bordeaux wines from a region called Bordeaux Superieur. It's a appellation designation within, that was odd, within the Bordeaux region. I don't know a ton about it, but let's check it out and see if we find anything cool. So Bordeaux Superieur is marked in a couple of different areas on this map. So Bordeaux region here, ocean here, river coming in from the, or river dumping into the ocean on this angle. The really expensive wines are coming from this Médoc region, and then the right bank expensive wines are coming from like Saint-Emilion and Pomerol. Bordeaux Superieur, what I'll be tasting, is coming from these areas marked here, north and south. So it looks like a big area. I wonder if it's just, considered all of this, and these are just sort of the overlap. I'll have to look it up here while we taste. It could be, because it's kind of like this grayish color of the map is kind of encompassing this whole area. So maybe it's just coming from everywhere within Bordeaux. So I've got a couple wines. I haven't tasted these before. I'm going to do a quick look and just see maybe what the best order is, judging by either varietals or alcohol levels. 13.5, 14.5. Okay, so I'm going to start here. This one seems to be lower alcohol. So this is Chateau Maison Noble 2019 Bordeaux Superieur. Doesn't list on the bottle what varietals it is. It's got a sticker from Decanter, 94 points. Let's check it out. Talked about this in the past, but Bordeaux is known for super expensive wines, but they have a ton of value wines. So all of these wines I picked up at my wine shop K&L here in San Francisco. They're all under 20 bucks. So if we find something we like, be a good value to drink on a regular basis. And the cool thing about Bordeaux is that they're great with food. Usually more balanced style. Balanced meaning they'll have less new oak and more acidity on the grapes. Just the way that they, like when they pick the grapes type of thing. All right, let's check this out. Wow, pretty dark right off the bat. Man, that's a pretty interesting, in a good way, nose. I wasn't expecting, anything too serious for, 10 to 15 to 20 buck wines. So it's a pretty nice nose right off the bat. Bordeaux wines take a little, like all wines, take some time to open up and get the aromatics going. So I'll let it sit for a second and just see if I can maybe pull some more info about this wine. Let me look it up real quick. I haven't tasted any of these wines or bought any of these wines before, so I am definitely not familiar, but would like to be. Maison Noble. Practice my French as we go here. Sometimes I'll have the Chateau has their own website in English, which is helpful. And right as I say that, I don't see a link to that. See if K&L has some descriptors here. Try not to look for like all the tasting notes right off the bat, because I want to try to find those myself, but I am interested to see kind of the varietals, because they don't list the varietals all the time on the bottle. Not a ton there on the K&L website. Yeah, that sucks. I thought we might be able to just get a little bit more. Oh, maybe this is their website here. Chateau Maison Noble Saint-Martin. Oh, yeah, here we go. Cool, and in English, perfect. Okay, so vineyards. Sometimes when you look at these websites, when they're translated over to English, they kind of get like a little wonky because they're doing probably like an automated, you know, translation. Okay, so I found the winery website page for the for this bottle, and okay, 60% Merlot, 30 Cab Sauv, 10% Cab Franc. So a, you know, traditional Bordeaux blend. I always think claret, you know, like the British call them. Okay, so the barrel, 30% in French oak, 70% stainless steel. Says it can hold for 5 years. This is a 2019. I like the nose. Nice aromatics coming through. Just reading the rest here. 4 hours of malolactic. It lists out how much juice they're getting per hectare. But to be honest with you, I have no clue in my head how to convert liters to, or acreage to hectares. I think is, man, it's like 3 acres per hectare. I can't do the math in my head. 53 hectoliters per hectare. It would be interesting to look up and see, because one of the defining characteristics of how concentrated the wine is going to be is really like how concentrated, if you want to call it, the yield is of grapes per vine. So if you think about like cheap wine, they're going to increase the yield of grapes per vine, and the result of which is kind of like a less flavorsome, less concentrated result. If you prune the hell out of your vines and have much less yield of grapes, the result is going to be a much more concentrated end product. Much lighter taste than I expected. Merlot dominant blend. Okay, so that makes more sense. I guess, I don't know why, it's kind of confused in my head, just thinking this was going to be more Cab Sauv, more Merlot. Definitely is a lighter style. One thing I would be interested to know about this is what the age of the vines are. It doesn't list this out. It doesn't have like a designation of Via Beans on the bottle, so oh shit, just gonna do this. So one thing you kind of consider sometimes for these types of entry-level wines is that they might just be younger vines, because just looking at the amount of wines that this house makes, I'm seeing 3. There's several reds in their lineup here. So they have 3 or 4 different like levels, it looks like, in their production. This is going to be obviously their entry level, so they might just have like younger vines, but overall this is a nice wine. I would definitely go like lighter foods, lighter red meats, tenderloins, strip steak. You know, you could definitely do pork, you could do game, would be good. You could even do, I think, chicken with like a heavier sauce, like a brown butter with herbs like sage or rosemary even. Could probably do red pasta stuff too, like Italian food with like a meat sauce. But nice wine. I'd say that's going to be a nice value for the quality. Let's keep moving on, and then I'll circle back to these as they open up. I just wanted to look to see which. Okay, so we'll do the next highest alcohol here. So this is Chateau Haut Peyrat Prelude. Okay, Grand Vin de Bordeaux in 2019. On the back, this says Cadillac, Côte de Bordeaux AC. I'll have to look that up. You know, one of the things that I guess I don't really understand about the classifications of the appellations is I always thought Cadillac was one, other than the car company, is a region in Bordeaux that does sweet wines like Sauterne. So I don't know if they're allowed to call it, if it's coming from that area, and then they have to call it like Côte de Bordeaux, or what the deal is. Maybe I can look it up here. So 2019. Oh, the blend here is 90% Merlot, 5% Cab Franc, 5% Cab Sauv. Okay, cool. Wow, much different on the nose. Oh, man. It's kind of just jumped out with sort of darker fruit flavors, like plum. But almost like a really ripe, darker fruit. It's almost got like a blueberry. Like I get that sometimes on Merlot and Malbec and Petit Verdot even as well, out of the few that I've had. Yeah, kind of like a blueberry, which is cool. I mean, it smells delicious. Tastes pretty delicious. Yeah, the blueberry comes through. A little bit more tannin than the last one. I just feel like they're making this. I know it says 14%, and that's even high compared to Bordeaux wines from 20 years ago. Definitely made in kind of like a more New World style. Oak isn't super prevalent though, which is nice to see, because too much new oak just masks the taste and the flavor. But that ripe fruit blueberry is really nice and delicious. Let me see if they have anything on this house here. Peyra. Okay. Oh, Peyra. Let's see, in a winery site pop up. They do have a map location, so maybe that'll lead me into where I want to go. I mean, I'm curious to see where they are in the map here. Okay, so they're listing out the location of the winery right south of Bordeaux. So Bordeaux is designated here and is on the right bank side of kind of this split in the Gironde River. I forget if they call that different stuff. So right down here below the town of Bordeaux. So cool to see where this is actually. All right, so I found the website. Let me bring this up. Click 20 buttons. Bienvenue. I don't think I want to test this. I am 18 years old, thank you. Let me see if they have okay, accept your cookies, you're in Europe. Oh man, do I have to read all this in French? Shit. How crazy is this? Blueberries. Oh, I'm glad I picked up on that. All right, so my nose is leading me the right way here. Okay, so let me see. I'm building up some confidence to now read in French. So, okay. Select the wine page. Okay, so they have the info on the 2018. So I'll just check that out. Different vintage, but huh. This is crazy because they're listing it at 57 euros for the bottle. I mean, that's not anywhere near what I paid unless the exchange rate just like went way crazy. Oh, maybe that's a case of 6. Okay, it's like, what the fuck? Okay, so this says AOC Cadillac, Côte de Bordeaux. So I'll have to look that up too. 12 months. Terroir, gravel, and something calcare. I wonder what that is. Each of the vines, interesting, 35 years old, which I wouldn't expect for a wine this reasonably priced. Looks like they do wild fermentation, wild yeast, I guess, fermentation. 25 days. They're saying good with cheese or something on a barbecue. It's about, huh. Violet and white pepper, they're saying on the flavor profile. And then on the nose, fruits, spices that are typical to the house style, I guess, or the terroir of the vineyards. They're really interesting, like nose, I would say, and flavor profile on this, which is pretty cool to try. Nice wine, different than the last one for sure. I am curious to see kind of like how this evolves compared to the first one. Let's keep rolling, come back. Okay, third wine. Chateau Valentin Canteloupe. 2015 Bordeaux Superieur, 14.5 alcohol. Canteloupe. Oh, now I'm gonna have that Bitty Ditty Bop song stuck in my head from the 90s. I think that's the name of their group. Airbnb. Okay, so yeah, let's check this out. A couple more years in bottle on this one. So, I mean, if some of these other wines are any indication, it should be kind of like in its peak flavor profile right now. I mean, just assuming that they're kind of like meant to age for 5 to 10 for some of these inexpensive wines, but let's check it out. A little bit, I don't know if that's some mold growing on the top. Let's see if that kind of penetrated into the cork at all. I'll know by the smell. I'll smell the cork sucker. I see sommeliers doing that sometimes. I've read that doesn't do shit. I'd just rather smell the wine. I guess I don't really care what the cork smells like. Nice color. It does have a little funk going. Wonder if something is was in their cellar or wherever this was stored, you know. Let's see if I can find this website too. Valentin. Bitty Ditty Bop. Huh, looks like Chateau Bois Malo and this one are the same owners, maybe? That's what they're listing the same name, and so that's another wine that they have at K&L that I always see magnums of, actually. Interesting, so it is kind of a little bit, the winery is located just a little bit northeast of the town of Bordeaux, up closer to the other river here as it splits, so kind of like right up there with the town of Bordeaux right here. So kind of a little bit kitty corner to the last place. What do they call this river? Oh, the Dordogne, as it's, you know, they connect in together. So you've got the Garonne, the Dordogne, and then I thought they called the combined one something different, but I guess it's just the Gironde. All right, so let's check out. Okay, so it is combined because it's just showing the one website. Let's check this out. 20 more buttons. The funk's kind of blowing off here, so that's nice. Like a little funk, but I don't want to. Oh, it's asking me to confirm my age. Man, when did folks in France give a fuck about how old somebody is to drink or smoke? I remember when I was a kid, I went to France on an exchange program, and I saw kids. This is when I was like 11, 10, 11. I looked out the bus one time when we went to Paris on a trip, and there's all sorts of kids my age like that I could see like just on the streets that were just smoking cigarettes. It's crazy. Okay, so check out the wine, red wine. Oh, pops up right away. 65% Merlot, 15% Cab Sauv, and 20% Cab Franc. So these are Bordeaux blends, claret wines. Six months, man, 18 months and barrel, I guess, and 6 months. Fou de Chêne. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Oh, I have a technical page. Let me see if I can get any more info there. Oh, okay, cool. So average age of the vines, 25 years. So that's really cool. You know, like what was the last one? Like 30 something and 25 year old vines. That's much higher than what I would expect. And that's one of those key things that I look for in wines too, is how mature the vines are. I think there's a operational kind of floor to like when you would sell a premium wine, or you know, like consider these premium wines. Like in California, I think, you know, I don't think any winery would try to sell a premium wine that's below 4 or 5 years of the vine age. I don't think so. I don't know if there's any law forbidding that to happen, but I think just from talking to winemakers and vineyard growers up in Napa and Sonoma, north of where I live here in San Francisco, like everybody says like you just won't even do it because the wine would be such shit. Because it's something about the kind of the maturity of the vines impacts the flavor profile of the grape itself. So if you get over 20 years on a vine's age and maturity, you're looking pretty good from the start. You know, you're starting with a decent ingredient, so to speak, for the wine. Density of the plantation, 4,200 pied. Is that feet per hectare? What? No idea. Soil types, I'm gonna have to look that up. Definitely says gravel. I don't know what. Sol Aguilo Limino. don't know what the hell that means. I'll have to look that up. Nice that they have a technical sheet though, because it says way more info. Fermentation, 25 to 45 days. Huh, I wonder if this is, so the wine making process after fermentation, it almost looks like it's saying that they're doing 18 months in barrel and then 2 to 4 years in bottle, if I'm reading that right, which would line up, you know, with the 15 kind of being the current release, which is crazy to think about though. Says hold on to it for 8 to 10 years, which, you know, I think that lines up for a lot of wines. You know, in this kind of price point, that's what I would expect, somewhere like 5 to 10 years, like in terms of aging. A little bit of a bitter flavor coming through on that one. The blend seems like it's just, you know, like a balanced blend. I'm sure they take that pretty seriously at places like this in terms of like what percentages they're going to use. This might be maybe this is a little off balance because it's coming in at 14.5 alcohol. And maybe that's what I'm tasting, is kind of like that hot alcohol flavor, that hot alcohol taste, I guess. So less than 100 proof shot of bourbon or vodka, but you know, put it into perspective. 14.5 alcohol, the burn of 14.5 alcohol when you drink it, it's going to be way less severe than if you rip a shot of 100 proof something. But you can still, you know, it's that same sort of perception. You still taste the alcohol sometimes if it's too high or if it's just out of balance. So I'd say right now, sort of a toss-up between the first two. So the Chateau Haut Peyrat Prelude and then the Chateau Maison Noble. It's been a few minutes, so let's circle back and see how they're doing. I'm going to do the Maison Noble first, just based on the profile. I think, you know, if I redid the tasting order, I would have put this Valentin Bitty Ditty Bop in the second order. Funky, but c'est la vie, right? I like the restraint, I guess, of that wine, the Bitty Ditty Bop Cantaloupe style. I just don't know if it's the kind of my favorite out of the three in terms of the flavor, you know, overall. So going back, Chateau Maison Noble, 2019, Bordeaux Superieur. I couldn't find where this one was. Maybe it has a thing on their website. Looks like a beautiful place. Their chateau, man, up on top of a little hill. Looks like they host people there. That would be awesome. They have a number. Their property looks sweet. Ah, here we go. I wonder if I can just click on this shit. Yeah, awesome. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is way out from where we were looking at for these other two. So, man. So I must be right in the sense that the mapping for Bordeaux Superieur includes kind of everything. So I keep saying this. I'll look up and see kind of like what the designation actually means here, because it's basically showing in this Entre de Mer section, kind of like in this green area here. Town of Bordeaux, just as a reminder, is out here, and the other two wineries are located, but then this one's like further out here in this just Entre de Mer green section, but it's not classified that way. 16 Côte de Bordeaux. Just looking to see, there are a couple of little like sub AVAs here. Yeah, weird. Okay, so interesting. So next question is, what the fuck does Bordeaux Superieur even mean? EAUX. See if we can get a handle on what the definition means. It's a nice nose now. It's definitely opening up and getting some more aromatics. Sort of like a dry black raspberry, like not sweet smelling, but, or like a dark red cherry, which is nice. Okay, so I'll just pull up a random website and call it gospel here. So legal age, okay, yeah, yep, of course. Bordeaux Superior, most generic appellation. Okay. Okay. So what are the limitations? Okay, so there's varietal limitations on Bordeaux Superior, Cab Sauv, Merlot, Cab Franc, Malbec, Carmenere, which I've never seen come out of Bordeaux. I always see it come out of South America now. I know historically. And Petit Verdot. Maximum authorized yield 50 hectoliters per hectare. So what the heck did they say? So I wonder if this is the maximum then. What were they saying on this? Is this the one where they're saying that? It says 53. Oh. Well, if this is true, then they're being a little naughty and just going maximize authorized yield, so they're going higher. The wine's nice. I wouldn't be upset, you know, buying this for whatever I paid, you know, 10, 15 bucks. Say a lighter expression. I was thinking the Cab Sauv might oomph this up a little bit. It is at 13.5. You know, nice one for the money. I would put this at like an 88 points. Nice wine. Does the job, serviceable, great, you know. Pop this on a Tuesday night, no problem. All right. So I'm going to circle back, change up the order. This is the Chateau Valentin Cantaloupe 2015 Bordeaux Superieur. Apparently same owners as Chateau Bois Malo, which I think I've had in the past, but a long time ago. They have it at K&L too, so. Another Premier Wine Company imported wine. Looks like they have a ton of Bordeaux at K&L. I think DJK. Okay, so this is the only one from Premier on this lineup, but got a whole bunch from the left bank that was imported by those guys that they sell at K&L. Yeah, I think this one needs to open up just a little bit more. It's wonder if this is kind of the bacteria or something kind of that I saw in the cork, but and I don't know if this is a direct connection, but it's in my head, it's connecting and kind of it's muting the fruit flavor a little bit and kind of coming through as like a bit roasted. Like the sweetness is down, the roasty flavor is present, and I wonder if there's a connection between that flavor profile and some sort of bacteria or fungus getting in there. I need to give it some more time right now, just on the more of the flavor profile. This isn't, you know, going to be my jam. So for me, style wise, that's more of like an 86, 87 point wine. Nothing wrong with it necessarily, unless I'm like being a mad chemist here and like picking up on something that I really know technical ability to do, but just the way that the flavor profile is coming through right now is just not my favorite. Okay, so back to Chateau Au Peyrat Prelude 2019 blueberry wine. And so this is, I was going to look up the AOC because this is saying Cadillac Côte de Bordeaux. So what does that mean? Cadillac Côte de Bordeaux. Okay. Oh man, cookie warning in German. I'm going to click the highlighted thing and just hope for the best. Oh, calcareous clay. That's what that probably meant. That French stuff that I just couldn't even pronounce. Okay, so I'm looking at a small map here to see Cadillac Côte de Bordeaux. Oh, it's a subsection. So it looks like, is it a subsection of Entre deux Mers? Entre deux Mers. Why is this not easy? Cadillac, here we go. The fuck? Okay, going to their linked website to see if this does anything, and got over to 443, which is good. Okay, here you can have all the cookies in the world. It's in fucking French. Damn. Cadillac, Côte de Bordeaux. Motherfuck. Okay, that's not gonna help. Not going to help. Not even gonna try that right now. Okay, so, but anyway, what we did learn on that journey was that it's not necessarily represented on the map here, but when you look on this green section, which is entre deux, as in two, mer, which I thought meant ocean, but probably means rivers in this regard, right? There's two rivers, in between two rivers. The Cadillac Côte de Bordeaux is right on this curve here in between the green and the orange. So kind of hugging the Gironde River on this right bank, on this right bank side. Best nose out of the three in terms of just like crowd pleaser. The blueberry is really cool to pick up on, and that's the fun thing about smelling and tasting wines is like after practice drinking, you start to really key in your mind about like, okay, well, what am I smelling? What am I tasting? And breaking down fruits as the means to identify like what you're smelling and what you're tasting is a good way to do it. And breaking down even further, it's dark fruit versus red fruit for red wine. So red fruit being strawberries, red cherry, sweet cherry, strawberry. Did I say that? Strawberry, raspberry, regular cherries, and then kind of like dark fruit flavors, plum, blueberry, blackberry, cassis. Sort of the in-between for me is always like black cherry, stuff like that. So really helps in my head, like just to break it up like in those buckets. Just a delicious flavor profile, and the way they made this is just a delicious flavor. Yeah, it's a crowd pleaser. It's a higher alcohol wine. So if you like California wines, this is your best bet right here. Get the Prelude. This is going to be similar to a California wine, and I know a lot of people shit on Merlot now because of Sideways, which is the ultimate ironic thing, with the premier wine that he drinks at the end being a Merlot wine from the right bank of Bordeaux. But anyway, side tangent. If you like California wines, bigger fruit, more fruit, higher alcohol, you go out and get this. You're gonna like this. If you dig kind of like a little bit more balanced style, I'd go with the Maison Noble, Chateau Valentin. I'm gonna skip that for now, just based on how the flavor profiles hit me. But the Prelude, I'd go 91 points just for the delicious factor on this. I have no idea how long this is going to last. I would say probably just based on the flavor profile on the lower end. The delicious factor for this type of wine as it ages will start to dissipate, and this will turn into something different like all wines do. But this is a like, release this wine and drink it, you know, like this is just a delicious factor. This would be cool for barbecue, like on the grill, not necessarily like a rub barbecue, but like just like stuff off the grill, like a burger would be awesome. Steak. It's just like it's a one note wine almost, but it's a very delicious one note. So go on and check out the Prelude, definitely. And then if you're into a little bit more kind of a balanced style, check out the Maison Noble. And yeah, give these Bordeaux Superieur wines a whirl and check them out. There's some really good values out there. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.